So, but the issue now is that the nonce value, you're actually generating this nonce value randomly. You are generating this nonce value randomly. So you need a very fast system for you to be able to do what? To get these nonce value as fast as possible. Why? You are not the only miner on the network. So we have several miners that also want to make money out of the network. Like a Bitcoin network now. If you happen to be the one, if you are lucky enough to add the transaction, the block to the network, you get a reward of 6.25 Bitcoin. And as at this morning, one Bitcoin is $19,000. It's more than $19,000. It's less than $20,000 anyway. So you can imagine if you are able to, do the wonders, uh, get the nonce value on the network, and everybody can participate. You can participate, I can also participate. But people have really turned this to a business on their own. They have mining companies, okay? They have servers helping them to quickly calculate this nonce value and being able to generate money out of it. So this is how the transactions will be generated, how the transactions are collected, and how the transactions are added to the block, and the computational work that you have to do to add this block to the network. But don't forget, I mentioned that that is a typical example of one consensus algorithm. We have many consensus algorithms to add transactions to the network. So this one I mentioned just now is the was is part of the document proposed by Satoshi Nakamoto then. That I'll be using this consensus algorithm. I'll call it proof of work consensus algorithm. And in the proof of work consensus algorithm, you have to do that computational task. More reason why people would say that, because if you are doing computational, your system must not go off. So which means you need power from time to time. You need very sophisticated system for you to be able to generate this random number as fast as possible. Oh, Mr. Matthew, that is clear, sir.
Yes, sir, I got that.
Okay, sir.
Then, secondly, please,
Yes, sir.
the gas fee, the transaction fee, is that what the miners take as their own compensation, or where does it go to?
Oh, okay. So, for instance, on a Bitcoin network now, I believe everybody is fully aware of that fact that there's only 21 million Bitcoin. So when they created the network, there's only 21 million Bitcoin, okay, when they started the network itself. So what they do is that this 21 million is what they usually released to the miner. So what do they normally do? At the initial stage, I think at the point they started with, if I'm not mistaken, 50 Bitcoin as the reward. So if you are able to add a block to the network, you collect 50 Bitcoin. Then there is, at I think every four years, there's something they call Bitcoin halving. Okay, when you have something, Bitcoin halving. So this Bitcoin halving is to say that they want to divide whatever the current value of the block reward is, they will divide it into two. Reason they have to do that so that they don't spend this 21 million, they don't quickly finish the entire 21 million. So we still have a very long way to go when it comes to the Bitcoin value itself of 21 million. We will see how much has been spent out so far. And there's a time when they did the first halving, so they reduced the value to 25. Then at a point, they did another one, they reduced the value to, it's every four years. So they reduce it to 12.5. The current value now is 6.25. So this 6.25 is being taken directly from this 21 million. So this 21 million is not for anybody at all. Okay, they created it, and if you want to have access to this 6.25, you get it to this from this 21 million. And the one from the 21 million, okay, the address that has that value of 21 million coin is what we normally call Coinbase. Okay, we'll discuss more on that when we get there. We call it Coinbase. For instance, you can't just have 1,000 naira in your pocket. It's not possible. So someone must have given you that 1,000 naira. You must have gotten that money from somewhere. So there's an address that was having this value of 21 million, though the value has been reducing based on the blocks, because every 30 minutes, if you are looking at the blockchain network, I mean the Bitcoin network, they usually had a new block every 10 minutes. Every 10 minutes. So we'll check that and we'll be able to see the latest transactions, the latest block, and what is the current block height. That the current block height will be how many blocks have been generated over the years. You can get this information directly from the blockchain. So there's an address that was having that entire 21 million. So if you are able to add a block to the network, you get your reward directly from that address. So that's the way it works. So this 6.25 is being taken from that 21. That's the current block reward. It's being taken from the 21 million. And we will see how long it will take, because 21 million, will it finish? Yeah, of course it will finish. It will finish. People have done the calculation to know exactly when this would actually go off completely. And the question has been, what will happen after this entire 21 million is exhausted? What will happen to the entire Bitcoin network? This is the question that a lot of people are still debating about. They are even saying that the Bitcoin network guy says possibly um, they will run another one side by side, or they will overhaul the entire thing and start. And some people were even saying that, why 21 million? What was even the rationale behind having just only 21 million? Why not more than 21 million, so that people will have enough years to actually work with some of these things? But Bitcoin was created to actually be a store of value, a currency, to be a store of value. That's something that you can store and will have that value over a very long period of time. And basically, it has really proved that point, because when it started, the first transaction that was carried out with Bitcoin was actually a pizza that worth $41, a pizza of $41 worth, and they paid 10,000 bitcoins, okay, to purchase pizza that worth $41. So I wouldn't know the person that actually collected that 10,000 bitcoins. I would know the person right now. I don't know whether the person, if the person still has access to his key, the private key. We've seen a lot of issues coming up from time to time that I've lost my private key, I can't access. And so that is, Mr. Martin, that is where they usually get money from. So that 6.25 is usually released now every 10 minutes, and that is new coin. Okay, that is a new coin. It's always a new coin. So every 30 minutes, there's this new Bitcoin. So we'll see the difference between the Bitcoin, the Ethereum, and the other blockchain network as well. We are just looking at the blockchain, having that overview, the general overview of a blockchain, and some of these little technical aspects of a blockchain network. Okay, questions, please.